Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Centre Calgary, and here today with another beautiful piece of pre-owned inventory. We recently took this one in on trade. It is a 2012 BMW M3. As you may know, I'm a big BMW fan, and this one's one of my favorites. The car looks awesome. Let me tell you a little bit about it in general, and then we'll get into the specifics. So for 2012, this was toward the end of the life cycle of what BMW refers to internally as the E92 generation or chassis of M3. And yeah, one of my favorites. I think it looks phenomenal. This generation of 3-seaters in general, I think, is just a really elegant looking, nice coupe, not over-styled, but just really, really elegant. And then with the M, you get a couple of extra, a little bit more aggressive looking cues without going overboard. I would certainly understand somebody arguing the newer BMWs have crossed that line and have kind of gone overboard and they're a little bit over-styled. And I think this one's just a nice sweet spot where, it looks a little bit special. You get that hood bulge, the vents in the grille, the fender details. It's the different front bumper that you get on the M3 as opposed to the regular 3 Series. Enough that when you see one coming down the road, you know that it's special and that's going to be one of the fast ones, but not so crazy that it's just kind of over-styled or overbearing. I think it's pretty awesome. This generation too is unique for having a V8 engine. It used a 4-liter V8 engine, making 414 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Now, I've always been an advocate for smaller engines over big ones. I'd rather have a small eager engine than a large lazy one. But this is kind of a nice, I was going to say middle ground, but that's not right. But it just does both of those things for you in that it is a big engine. It makes great big engine sounds, but it's very free revving, revs up to 8,000 RPM. So it feels in a lot of ways like a smaller engine at the same time. It's really a best of both worlds, really, really cool package. And it's the only time an M3 came with a V8. So really cool, unique thing about this car. You also get these 19-inch specific M3 wheels that I think still look great, 10 years later. And then this one has the carbon fiber roof as well, which was really cool and especially cool back then. They were one of the earlier cars to come out with that. And of course, it saves some weight, but also lowers the center of gravity because you're saving weight so high up in the car. So really cool thing. The back end was unique to these as well. The exhaust setup is quite different on the M3 than it was on the regular 3 Series. And again, I think it just looks great. Again, a little bit more aggressive, but still elegant. It's awesome. So moving on to the inside. This one is the full black interior, but it does have some of the genuine, smooth finish leather that BMW offers, but tends to be a little bit tougher to get. They use a little bit more leatherette and vinyl than Porsche tends to, so it's more rare to see the true soft leather, but you do get it on a lot of the M cars, like this one has. There's also some kind of dark carbon type trim. It's a pretty cool look in there. I think it's aged quite well, still looks pretty modern. And as I was kind of saying, where it's new enough, but still feels a little bit old school, right? You still have things in this like Bluetooth and comfort access. You don't have to take the keys out or anything, but it still feels a little bit old school. Looks a little bit old school, and to me, that's awesome. That's why I like this one so much. Other stuff inside, other equipment. Let me refer to my list here. It has the M Drive package, so you have the integrated navigation, which made a big difference on the cars because without that, you didn't have a screen at all. And the screen just makes it easier, I find, whether it's changing radio stations or settings in the cars. If you have one without, you can do some of that stuff, but it's just a little bit trickier. The screen with the rotary dial makes it much easier. You also have Bluetooth, I mentioned, is part of that, and voice control as well with the M Drive package. And I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but you have the M button on the steering wheel as well. You can kind of program that and what parameters you want, but then rather than having to go into the menu to find it, like you have in previous things, you just hit that M button and it's all ready to go at one click, which is pretty cool. When the mood strikes you, you can go and have a little bit more fun. As well, the executive package that gave you parking sensors in the rear, gave you the garage door opener integrated into the vehicle, electronic sunshade in the back, lumbar support, as well as adjustable bolsters for the front seats. They are a great seat. They hold you super well. And I should mention too, the steering wheel on the M cars is one of my favorite steering wheels ever. It's nice and thick, but kind of not too thick and squishy enough that it's just really satisfying to hold in your hands. And satellite radio, part of that executive package as well. And if I haven't mentioned yet, this one has the dual clutch transmission, so not the earlier kind of automated manual, but a true dual clutch. So it is really quick shifting. It's a pretty aggressive gearbox. Definitely likes to be driven hard. And then in terms of what we did to this one when we took it in, so it came in looking quite good. It was definitely a well cared for car. Pretty low mileage. What is it? Just over 47, about 47,500. So very low mileage for the year. We did put all new tires on it. So all the way around, tires are brand new. We did an oil change and a brake fluid flush. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, we did a little bit of paint work on the front. There were some chips and stuff up there that we had repaired. So it looks great. Looked quite good when it came in, but we want to make it look as good as we can. I think that pretty well sums up everything to say about this one. And again, it's a car I'm really enthusiastic about. I think it looks awesome, and anxious to find it a nice home with somebody who will appreciate it as much as I do. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do want to come and see this car in person or take it for a drive, just give us a call or pay us a visit. Thanks again.